Cement blocks for tents are expensive. They can cost upwards of $350 with shipping. For you guys that don't know who I am, my name is Eddie. I own a $2 million event rental business. And our cement blocks have made us over $80,000 in profits. And it was all made in-house for a fraction of the cost. This is a 4-step process. If you want to know how you could do the same, stay tuned as I show you how to make cement blocks here in our warehouse. For more information, go down below. We have a step-by-step document how to make your own cement block.
That was good.
I needed to be on the record that I tried my best. Today we're going to be going into how to make cement blocks, but before we get too deep into it, I want to forewarn you because I've had this conversation with Tina and everybody, but they've been very pushy because a lot of people have been asking, how do you make cement blocks? And in reality, the industry standards, what everybody does is a block and roll system. They're on the market. You get the dolly for like $2,000 and you get the form for another $2,000. But I understand not a lot of people have that kind of money to invest in. They don't want to miss out on the opportunity. But at the end of the day, all you really need is a weight to hold your tents down. So whether it's, a block and roll system or, dead weight cement, it really doesn't matter. But if you want to be technical, you can go the other way and be nice and pretty. But if you're just starting off and you got to get something going next week because you promised a customer something and your shipment didn't come in on time, this is how you do it, okay? We still, to this day, use the same old cement blocks that we originally created, but we've gotten better in our technique and different forms that we use. So if you want a bigger block, all you're gonna have to do is just add more cement and make a bigger form. All right, guys, we're finally to the part where we put all the pieces together. Here are the stuff that we're gonna need for today's little project that we have with you guys. So we're gonna need a multi-use sprayer. Now this sprayer is probably gonna last maybe a month, if that, because of the diesel fuel that's in there. It messes up the seals after a while. So don't beat yourself up if it doesn't work after a couple weeks, because yeah, you're gonna have to buy another one. We have diesel fuel for making blocks. Depending on how many you need, you might need like half a gallon or maybe a gallon of diesel, depending how many blocks you make. Then we have concrete mix. These are just regular 80-pound mix, maximizer, but there's many different types. If you're in a rush, like we'll just say that you've been procrastinating making these blocks for a while and the event that you promised the blocks are like tomorrow and you need this to be really cured fast, they sell some, I think it's Quickcrete. It's a red bag. It helps out the drying process. Now it's not gonna be as strong as if you let it fully cure, but it'll get it dry quick to the point where you can use it and the anchors won't be pulled out. So just a little tip and trick if that happens to you guys. After that, you're gonna need a shovel, or if you have a mixer, you can just throw it in the mixer and then get the concrete from the mixer into the form. You're gonna need your form. Now each form is gonna be different. Some forms will hold, this one's gonna hold like 350 pounds, no problem. We have about 400 pounds of cement right here. So it should be filled all the way to the brim, but each form, if you wanna make something bigger, you can make it bigger than this, just increasing the size, and this will take more cement. You're gonna need a piece of plywood to lay on the floor. We had a form hanging around, so I just used that instead, but yeah, just a regular sheet of 4x8 plywood will work to put on the ground. The form, like I said, and you're gonna need rebar and you're gonna need water, okay? So now that we have our form, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put the form on top of the plywood. So the plywood will be on the floor, just put it on there. And once you have the form there, next what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get the multi-use sprayer and fill it up with diesel. Put it together. All right, so I got the seal, put it on there. So you got your diesel inside. Now we're just gonna cap it off. Like I said, we're only doing one block for this demonstration, so we don't need a lot of diesel. All right, we're gonna pump it up.
once it starts getting tight, you know that you got pressure built up.
So we have that. We're gonna open the nozzle up. Then basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna spray the inside, okay? When you hit this little trigger right here, it's gonna spray. They're gonna spray the inside to make sure it's all wet. Everything that's gonna touch the cement, you want it to be wet. Spray it up, don't be shy. Diesel's fairly cheap right now. So you see how everything's nice and wet? That's how you want it. Doesn't have to be soaking wet, just enough so the diesel prevents the cement from actually sticking to the wood. So we're just using the mini skid steer bucket and we're just gonna mix cement there. I've done it so much, I know the consistency I'm looking for. See, it's pretty dry right now, so we need to add more water. Just add little by little, don't add too much. Yeah, so you see how it's nice and sloshy? It's like, kind of like muddy. See how it's falling? It's not like watery. That's the kind of consistency that you want to have. But not too watery, because then it takes longer to dry. Anyways, once you get to this consistency, you're basically just gonna fill your form up, okay? So usually I just put a bag or two, and we're using the regular cement, so it's not gonna dry quickly on us. So we can work and do what we need to do, and we'll be fine. But like if you use the red one, you really gotta be moving, because that thing's ready to dry pretty quick. So, but here for demonstration purposes, we use this one, that way we're not rushing. So yeah, right now all we're gonna do is fill the form that we have, okay? And then if you have like a rubber mallet, you can hit the side of the form and it'll kind of move the cement more compact with each other. And I'm just gonna spread it out evenly. And then basically we're gonna repeat the process until the form is filled up about 3/4 of the way. Then we'll go into bending the rebar and set it in the middle. Yeah, basically it's knocking all the air out and making it more even. So like if there's any like air pockets or like as we're layering it on top, sometimes they don't smush all the way. So when he does that, it's vibrating and making it become more even. So that's what he's doing right now. And it's okay if you see some like water or some cement coming out from the bottom, it's okay. Just the main thing is not to have it too watery, because if you have it too watery, then a whole bunch will just come out to the bottom. But this right here is okay, you don't have to worry about it. Right now you just smoothing out the top. If you have a trowel, you can just wet it and then make it really smooth. But right now you just getting it smooth, getting it compacted. We're waiting for it to dry a little bit more so I can shove this in. But I'd say we'll be ready in like maybe like 20 minutes or so. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and bend the rebar, okay? Now, if you're really strong, you could bend it like this. But if not, they sell like pipe benders and you just put this in there and bend it. But like usual, we're still doing it the old way. But we have a piece of square tubing right here. I'm just gonna bend it right here. All right, so I'd say put it about halfway in or so, like that, and just bend it. I think. And then you keep on bending. And then we're gonna go this side. Bounce, sit, clean. Good. See. Yeah. All right, so you want to look something like this, okay? Kind of even on both sides. So it's gonna go in and it's gonna anchor. If you get a longer piece of rebar, it's probably better. But for now, it'll do what we got. Yeah. Keep on bending. Yeah. All right, so that's it right there. Then now we're gonna go into the actual block and put our rebar. And then right now what I'm doing is I'm looking for a consistency. I'm gonna go in. Now you can do it two ways, okay? If you're the type of person that's like, you know what, I'm not gonna stack these cement blocks on top of each other, so that's fine. You can just do it like that, and the rebar will be like this. But if you put another cement block on top of that, the cement will hit the actual rebar and it could bend it and then mess up your anchoring. So if not, then what you can do is you can go in deeper. And then right now it's still wet, it's pretty wet. So I have to wait until it gets pretty dry. And then what I do is I carve out in the middle and then I shove it in even more deeper. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of get it drenched. I'll get it to that point right there, so where I can still see the rebar. And then once it starts hardening up enough where I can scoop it out, I'll make a little square here in the middle, and I'll scoop out the middle, and it'll be hard enough where it'll hold itself up. But if it's so wet, when you start taking it out, it re-collapses on itself. You have to wait a little bit longer. If you have some calcium, you throw it on top of there, and it'll dry faster. But right now, we're just gonna kind of wait it out, come back 30 minutes, and then hopefully it should be hard enough where we can start scooping it out.
Are you a rental business that needs a website or a software? Well, we have Rent More Pro. This is an all-in-one rental store that helps you manage things from your inventory, your contract, and even your drivers. On top of that, it has automatic quoting and automatic invoicing to save your time and money. If you're interested in this, please click the link below for a free demo today.
The moment we've always been, the moment we've been waiting for. It's finally hard enough where it's can hold its form, as you see. So this, I'm just gonna put it over here in our little nugget pile. Like I said, I'm gonna dig around it. And then we'll make it look pretty here in a little bit. But for right now, we just need to get underneath so it's kind of like that. And leave plenty of room too when you make it, because nothing sucks more than one that's too narrow. Then you have to use a tool too. So there we go. So make one like that. Smooth it out. Plenty of deep enough to put a hook or a strap underneath there. That's pretty much it. Then we'll make it look pretty on the top. But you make the hole like that, and this block's pretty much good to go. Then you let it dry the rest of the way. I'd say probably another couple hours or so. If for some reason, which it shouldn't happen, but the cement grabs onto the plywood, just take apart the form with your screws, so unscrew it, and yeah, you can hit off the sides, it'll come right off. But otherwise, from here, all you have to do is tap it, and then you'll just lift right up. So I got the question, what type of tents can these blocks be used for? Really any kind of tent. Each tent requires certain weight, so you might have to make a bigger form. But for the most part, now we're here in Texas, so I don't want to hear anything about like, those blocks don't hold up over here because we're really windy. But here in Texas, they hold up very well. We've been in business for 6 years now. We had not one tent fly away or move or anything like that with these cement blocks. Now, you know, depending on the location too, we'll put more blocks if need or more weight. But for the most part, these cement blocks work just like any other cement blocks. I mean, I know some people use water barrels, and some people are like, don't use water barrels, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you can use water barrels if you want. We've used water barrels. I don't like them personally. And just because I feel like we waste more time using water barrels versus a cement block. And we get paid more on cement blocks. So maybe that's why I'm biased, because I know how much these things cost and how much it costs to build them too. But yeah, but you can use this type of ballast system on any type of tent, whether it be like a cross cable, you know, West Coast. But I know like when you get to really big tents, you might use like the cement barriers. I don't know if you've seen those. They're like, I don't know how many thousands of pounds, they're like 2,500 pounds or something like that. But you can use those on structure tents or whatever, stuff like that. But yeah, cement, as long as it has the structure that's on the floor, to have it, you know, plus the ratio of weight, it'll do its job in holding the tent down. But yeah, if you're trying to get by with a cement block on a budget, this is what we do, and we've done very well with it. And we continue to use the same old style, even though the market has newer blocks that you can buy in forms and dollies and stuff like that. But yeah, this is just the way we do it. And I highly suggest you to get in the cement game and make more money that way. Okay guys, we're done with the cement block. Now you're probably wondering, I don't know what I was wearing last time, but it has been a couple of days because yeah, it was towards the end of the day, so I couldn't show you when it was hardening up. But generally, like I said, if it's hardening up, once it gets hard enough where it can hold its form, you can actually take the form, all you can do is tap the sides and slide it right up. It'll come right off. But since we waited 4 days now, it's really hard and it's not gonna slide. So now we have to take the form apart. So I have a drill here. I'm gonna take the screws out and I'm gonna show you kind of what it looks like.
Now, if you need more help in your rental business, please click the link below for our free ultimate checklist showing you how to start and run your rental business.
All right, guys, we got the form off. As you saw, it didn't stick, the cement didn't stick to the wood. Just make sure that you spray enough diesel, that way it doesn't happen. But yeah, as you see, it's been on there for 4 days now, didn't stick. It's nice and dry, and we can actually use this today for a tent that we're gonna do. And right here where we put that rebar at is where we're gonna be putting our anchoring for our tent. So you just put your hook right here. This is where it anchors in. And yeah, that's pretty much we're all done. It looks nice, it's ready to go. If you want, you could clean it up a little bit if you get like a file or anything like that and these little pieces. Otherwise, just go ahead and use it for what it is, a cement block to weigh your tents down. But if you're on a budget, like I said, and you're first starting off, this will be a easy, cheap solution. Just some 3/4 inch plywood, some 2x4s, and some screws and cement and rebar. And you get one of these bad boys and start upselling and getting your tents weighed down. All right, just to show you that the rebar sit very well, it can hold its weight. We're going to go ahead and put it back in inventory. This is how we lift it up here at the warehouse and put it back with its rest of the buddies. Thanks you guys for watching again. My name is Eddie. I'm here with the Rental Boys showing you how to make blocks. Hopefully we can make more videos like this for you guys in the future. If there's any kind of videos you'd like to see or maybe some information that we didn't mention in the video, just feel free to comment down in the comment section and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. But until then, catch you in the next one.